So, will AI take your job? I mean, that's the question on everyone's mind, right? But what if I told you we're asking the wrong question entirely? Let's get into it.
See, this whole thing, it doesn't start with some big dramatic headline. No, it starts quietly, almost silently.
Just think about it. You wake up, it's a totally normal Tuesday. You do your thing, grab some coffee, just another day, right? Business as usual.
And then you check your email, and that's when you see it. You know, that one subject line from HR that just makes your stomach drop.
The message says your role has been restructured, not eliminated. Restructured. It sounds so soft, so corporate, almost harmless. But trust me, it's not.
So what does restructured really mean? It means all those tasks you used to do, those reports you'd spend hours on, the emails you'd carefully craft, well, now they're handled by software, and it does them instantly.
And that's how a real revolution begins. Not with some big crash, but quietly, in an email, on a totally normal Tuesday.
Look, this isn't some forecast for 2050. This is a snapshot of right now. The stuff we used to call science fiction, it's already here, already deployed, and it's reshaping entire industries, basically while we're sleeping. I mean, just take 2023 as a baseline. It was a total game changer. A watershed moment where AI's abilities became, well, completely undeniable.
Think about this. In just 1 year, AI systems passed the bar exam. And not by just memorizing laws, but by actually reasoning through complex legal problems. They aced medical licensing tests. They're out there executing millions of customer service chats a day, running Amazon's warehouses, dominating financial trading in microseconds. These things don't take lunch breaks, they don't call in sick, they just work. And it's not just about analysis anymore. AI has moved into the creative space. We're talking about it generating everything from marketing copy and legal summaries to actual functional software code. Heck, even video scripts. What's wild is how this erodes the idea of tasks that we thought were uniquely human, uniquely creative.
Okay, so let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. A graphic designer. They used to need a couple of days to create mockups. Now an AI spits out 50 variations in 30 seconds. A junior lawyer who spent hours summarizing documents, boom, instant summary draft. A call center staffer, now chatbots are handling, 70% of the questions? The job doesn't just vanish overnight, it shrinks, and then it changes forever.
And this all leads to a really critical question you have to ask yourself about your own job. How much of your day is just pattern-based? How much is predictable? Because let's be honest, the more routine your tasks are, the more likely they are to be automated. It's that simple.
Now I know what you're thinking. We've seen tech revolutions before, right? But this one is fundamentally different. It's not just another new tool, like a steam engine, or even a spreadsheet. Let's look at this timeline. You had the Industrial Revolution, which was all about mechanizing muscle power. Steam engines replaced physical labor. Then came the computer age, which digitized calculation. Think about spreadsheets replacing armies of manual clerks. But this AI revolution, it's about assisted cognition. It's a whole new ballgame. And that right there, that's the absolute core of it. And let's be clear, we're not talking about consciousness or some sci-fi self-awareness. We're talking about the process of thinking, identifying patterns, predicting what's next, creating new stuff. This is touching the very foundation of what we've always called knowledge work. So if machines are now helping us think, what's left for us? What's our role in all this? What's the thing that remains our unique advantage? Okay, first, let's be really clear about what's on the chopping block. We're talking about routine analysis, repetitive paperwork, predictable customer chats, basic content creation. See, AI doesn't usually come in and just eliminate a whole profession in one shot. It's more subtle. It replaces slices of it. It shaves off all the routine parts, leaving behind a core that needs something more.
Which, brings us right back to the most important question of all. What is that core?
The answer? Well, it lies in the skills that are, for now, uniquely human. Things like context, understanding the big picture, judgment, making tough calls with incomplete information, ethics, applying our moral compass, and maybe the biggest one of all, responsibility. An AI can recommend a medical procedure, sure, but it's the surgeon who holds the scalpel and is ultimately responsible. An AI can flag a market trend, but it's a human CEO who has to make the final call and own the consequences. You can't program that. So let's bring this home. What does this all mean for your next 10 years? Practically speaking, how do you adapt?
Because the workplace is absolutely going to be reshaped around this new reality.
First, in the workplace, you're going to see smaller teams with way more leverage. A single manager with the right AI tools can outperform a huge team from the past. Second, collaboration is key. The most valuable people won't be the ones competing against AI, they'll be the ones who are masters at collaborating with it. And third, our whole idea of education has to change. It's shifting away from memorization and towards things like prompt design, critical thinking, and just being incredibly adaptable.
Look, this is not some economic apocalypse. It's an efficiency revolution. And just like every efficiency revolution before it, it's going to fundamentally reshape where the power lies. The winners here won't be the people who try to fight the machine, they'll be the ones who learn how to drive it.
Your job might change. Heck, your daily tasks will probably shrink, but your ability to learn, to adapt, to apply that uniquely human judgment, that is your greatest asset. In the end, the biggest threat we face isn't a robot taking our job, it's choosing to stand still while the world moves forward.